Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm sharing some happy mail using the Bug for a Hug from Paperie Ink in combination with the In Stitches alphabet for my favorite things. First of all, I'm going to color in these adorable bugs. I already did a card with them using a pattern paper for my favorite things, but for today's card I decided to keep it really simple. I actually intended to use some other products along with this one, but then I changed it up on the go because I didn't like it, but you will see that. So I'm coloring these bugs all the same. Today I'm using some teals to help me. I already did red, so I didn't want to repeat myself. Um, that's why. No, and I also wanted to have a more gender neutral good luck card, happy mail card, and therefore I just decided to do the teal. Everyone loves the teal, I think. Yeah, I think that. So, building up my images, as you know, I'm coloring from darkest to lightest. That's how I like it. But you do what you like. That's important. And this is my first layer. The paper, Transotype Perfect Coloring Paper, you know me by now. That's the paper that I like reusing. Why? Because I haven't experienced bleeding so far. And it's been a year almost, I think, or a bit more even. Time flies when having fun. That being said, I need 2 layers, so here is my second layer. I know I could also color it in one and then just said I did all the rest the same. From time to time I do that. Today wasn't the day. So I'm adding just more the first layer. I am careful with my shadows because you never know. But once you have that first layer, you from time to time can see that there is way too much space for the lightest color. So then I broaden that shadow while I'm adding the second layer, because then you know it's easier to add your darkest color more into your image than to remove it. So that was what I was thinking and what I'm always trying to think about, except when I'm impatient. That I'm also. But well. On to the teals. This lovely combination is BG49, BG13, and BG11. Really sweet. And then I will just use some grays to color in those dots as well, keeping it simple. You know me, keeping it simple. Trying to do that all the time, but you know, from time to time we go a bit out of our comfort. Onto that second layer now, I'm also trying to have those shadows where the back is, so if we have one facing towards us, I'm doing both sides. If you have one that is facing towards the left, then the right side is the shadow, and the other way around. So that's the principle that I try to follow for today's coloring. And then just adding that gray to those dots. And then it's time to do what I don't really like doing, but for this brand I will, fussy cutting. This brand doesn't have matching dies, unfortunately, because I really love that. But you know, I make the exception. That being said, I fussy cut all of them really slowly. I'm not going to show you all of that because then we are here still tomorrow, and that's not the idea. So I really slowly went all around. I did want to show a little part to show you that I really move the paper, not that much the scissors, just to help me. And this is so slow. Oh my god. I even think, how long am I going to play this? Well, that was it. Okay, having said that and having shown you the slow fussy cutting of me, I first decided, well, I thought of using this amazing background panel that was cut out with one of the dies from Pink Fresh Studio. But then I added the leathers and I was like, this is way too much going on, even when it's white and there is just stitching on the white background. It was too much for me. So I decided to be happy with the layout at a certain point using those lines on this die cut element background. And then I took the present seal and I just made sure that I had this layout fixed for me, so that I could use another background panel. And I apparently cannot speak anymore, so I'm really sorry if this gets worse. So I'm peeling off. You need to make sure that you press down really well, but I did this and then I could still place things more straight if needed. But for the background I decided to use this. It's one of my favorite from my elephant. It's called Sweet Feline. It's really elegant, and it's not the complete A2 size. That means that you can add some color on the edges, which I really like doing as well. So it was an opportunity for me. Having said that, I'm turning that present seal around and I'm going to try to line this up straight, which is not easy. But even without or with present seal, for me it's a pain getting everything straight, using my T-square ruler and just trying to get this right, and then hoping that the rest was right as well. But it was sort of, I checked it, you saw it. Removing that present seal, having my sentiment on top of this panel. How amazing. Now I'm going to figure out those 5 ducks that I have colored in. They have all these lovely positions and you can place them anywhere you want to. So I had to play around with it a bit. And once I was happy with placement, I decided to also figure out some placement for some hearts. And these are little things from Lucy's cards, Droplets, pool hearts, which was perfect for the blue tones that I used on the sentiment. So I laid everything out, made sure that I was happy before adhering anything. And once I was going to add those images using some thin foam squares, using some liquid glue, and adhering everything. Isn't this cute? It's a simple card actually. There is a lot of white, but I think it's busy enough. I also love this alphabet from my favorite things. I think it's amazing. The size is perfect. Lovely stitching details. For the hearts, liquid glue as I said, and then using my embellishment wand to get everything in place. This one is from Studio Katja. I really like this one. Oh my god. I really like this one, and I love how it looks with the beads in it. Well, it's not beads, well, I don't know what it is. So this is my panel. And now I had to decide what I was going to use for my edges. I first thought, well, I used just the 4th blue that I have. No, decided to use the lightest blue. Maybe it's also because the hearts are really light in color, but I don't know. I don't know why I thought, well, that works way better, but I thought it. So I'm adding those strips. I prefer not cutting them to size, just because I can now trim them off using my paper trimmer and be sure that it is the perfect size for my card base. Trimming that off, the other side, and then I'm going to add this Sweet Feline panel that is super cute, using some Scotch 3M foam tape, and I'm going to cover this bag completely, truly completely. And once I did that, I'm going to remove the backings and add this panel on top of my card base. And then you can decide upon adding some glossy accents or stickles or whatever you want. I decided to keep it like this, really simple. Trimming off the excess, my card base was just a bit bigger than needed. And that is it. That is my card for today. I am so glad with the result and I hope that you like it too. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can always give this one a thumbs up. I would truly appreciate that. I want to thank you all for stopping by and taking the time to watch this video. I wish you an amazing day and I'll be back soon with some new crafty inspiration. Bye!